What is up, guys? This is Freaking and Baron Von Spee here with Christian Clash. And so we want to go over the notes really quick for the update 2v2 touchdown here in News Royale. This was just put up about a half hour ago. And so we want to go over the update notes with you. And if you are watching this close after when we posted this video, make sure to go over to the live stream where they were doing a 4-team, 8-person, all YouTubers tournament going over this new tournament style, this new touchdown mode.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. So, but they have Ash commentating, not Al Michaels or anything like
Exactly.
that.
At least it's not Chris Collingsworth, so that's good.
Oh, well, here's a guy that is looking at the notes, and you gotta wonder. Okay, we're done. We're done. So 2v2 is an all-new game mode coming to Clash Royale in the next update. Here's all you need to know about it. This is what the touchdown arena looks like. And so what we're really curious about, what we're gonna find out soon, is where you can place your troops. Is it up to that spot right there where it's about a third of the way up? Is it only in your end zone? How is the placement of buildings? And so we are curious where you can place your troops and then how those interact once they go in. You see the giant just kind of going right across the lane on the left side there. He's just making a beeline, and it looks like, because of, if I was going to anticipate this mode or this game right here, this match, I would say that the giant would not be aggroed by the Inferno Tower or the fire spirits over there, the furnace. So I think that because those extremes, you're going to have to be more careful about placement with buildings to be able to aggro them over. So what else do you notice here, Baron?
Well, it clearly looks like you can place any troops anywhere horizontally that you want. I mean, you can see the red troops. You got an E-Wiz on the far left. You got Barbs there. You've got another Wiz, Ice Wiz there, just to the right of the middle, horizontally as you look at it. And then you've got the fire spirits from the tower there coming down. And so it looks like you can place troops anywhere. Same thing with the blue troops. They're spread out all over the field. It's not just right. It's not just left. It's not just... It looks like the center is playable as well. I'm guessing troops will go down the lane, walking the way they normally would in the game. So it looks like really placement is a big deal. The troops, I'm sure, are going to play exactly the same as they do otherwise. So it looks like you're right. Towers, the fire spirits coming out from the upper right there are not going to interact with the giant at all. And intuitively you would think with a game like this that if your goal is to get troops down, to get one troop down to the bottom or the top, your end zone, that you want fast troops. But obviously a lot of those are going to be able to be taken out easily. So if I place down Skarmy, you can zap and arrow, and fireball those things pretty quickly.
Or bats or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you would think giant or golem or something like that, they're slow. It would be a problem to get it from one end to the other. It might not. It might be that you need a combination of troops that have a very quick speed as well as very slow speed.
Yeah, and so there's a couple other monkey wrenches here that we notice as well. So obviously there's no towers. Each team has an end zone that they have to defend. Crowns are earned by getting any single troop to your opponent's end zone. So it doesn't matter if it's a skeleton or a golem. Any size, any DPS, any hit points, it doesn't matter, any speed. If you get it over, then you get a crown.
What could be interesting is, because this game is really, Clash Royale has turned into a very offensive game.
Yes.
It seems like defense doesn't work anymore. It used to be in the early days, you could throw down your Inferno Tower and a Bomb Tower and all these other troops and essentially prevent anybody from getting onto your towers. Cannon was one of the very first nerfs because it stopped everything. And I think this is where defense may come back into play, where you can put down some things to, like a Bomb Tower would be excellent. Put 2 bomb towers down, because this is 2v2. 2 bomb towers and Inferno or something like that at the back, and troops for the first 30 to 45 seconds aren't going to make it down to the end zone. They're just not. So this could reintroduce defensive gameplay into the game.
Yeah. I think that you're completely right. Although, one thing would make me push back on that, and that is that this is a draft challenge.
That's true.
And so, if we have the ability to take our own decks into this challenge, I think it could be very defensive minded, but if it's draft, then Clash Royale is going to be able to dictate what cards are going into that arena, and so dictating then the style of play. I'm guessing because, like you said, they're trying to get more offensive. You only see 2 buildings, and really one is kind of also an offensive building in the furnace, and so you've got in case of a tie, it says there's 3 minutes to sudden death. The next touchdown wins, just regular. and then 2v2 Touchdown will be available to play as a series of challenges once the Epic Quest update has been released. And so this is just going to change the game. You know, this is kind of like when 2v2 came out, and it's like, wow, we really have to rethink how we use these different cards. This is going to do the same thing, in my opinion. So go over, head out this and look at the stream that Clash Royale is doing right now. And if you're looking at this video later, go back and watch the stream for tips, because I know guys like OJ are already on this, and they're going to be able to really, just not necessarily by watching a tutorial, but just by watching the way he plays, give you a lot of tips on placement and strategy. So anything else, Baron, before we head out?
Two things. I think with any draft challenge, it's all about card selection. You know, and usually you want to always make sure you have air defense. You want to make sure you have a win condition. You always want to make sure you have a building. That's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out with 2v2. I think this is where it's going to be easier if you're playing with a clan mate as opposed to quick battle, because you can talk about potential card draft and strategy beforehand. And so this is where being a part of Christian class is a big deal, because you know, we can talk online, we can talk in our chats about how to approach the game, develop good strategies, and go into it that way. And then I think the other thing is, I'm very curious to see how cards like how spell cards work. You know, how far down can you place them, especially minor, for example. I know that's not a spell card, but minor, how will that work? How far down the field can you place him? Graveyard, same thing. How far down the field can you put those skeletons in the graveyard? That'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, so make sure to check those things out. Make sure to check out future Clash Royale videos coming from this channel, so be sure to subscribe in the future and check us out. Thank you guys so much for checking this out, and we will see you next time.
God bless you.